Okay, guys, you can start.
Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to our session. We are gonna do live mock interview with Shubham today. So we have Shubham with us, who is a student at Newton School. So Shubham, hi, welcome to the mock interview. Today we are going to grill you with some Excel questions, and we are going to see whether you're able to solve it or not, so that you can also learn and people can also learn about what actually happens in interviews, right? So we'll start with a quick introduction about obviously first me, and we'll also start with a quick introduction about you, and then we will get into the Excel questions. All right. So if I talk about myself, hi. If you don't know me, I'm Manvi Sharma. I'm currently working as a product manager at Lenskart, and I've done my BTech in computer science. So that's a little bit about me. I also worked at Zomato for 2 years, and before that, I've also worked at CS Associates for 2 years. Was mostly involved in analytics, and now I'm currently working in product. So that's about me. So hi Shubham, welcome to our mock interview. Can you please introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey, hi. Hi, good evening, Manvi, and good evening, everyone. And I wish you a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi as well. So I hope you all are doing great. And let's start with my introduction. I am basically a student at Newton School. I have graduated from KLA Technological University from Department of Electrical and Electronics, and I have completed my pre-university course from KLA Prerna's PU College, and my 10th board from Sacred Heart Convent High School. So that's my education. I've done like three internships. That's from NPCL Kaiga, and wow, that's an internship platform, and a GTDC. So these are my three companies, and I have done like four projects. So I'm basically a fresher, and I don't have like industry experience, and I have joined Newton School for a certification in data science, and I have perfect with Excel and Python, Excel, Python, and you can say SQL and Power BI, a touch of Power BI as well. And I have done certain certifications apart from Newton School, that is Core Java, a certification of Core Java, and I have a touch of HTML and CSS as well. So I thought let's switch it to data science, as it's a boom career right now. So that's about me. And
That's great, Shubham. You have a very varied profile, and you gave us a lot of insights on how many certifications we can do, right? If you want to switch our career to data science. So, just like before we start, I just want to ask you a very simple question. Why Newton School? What forced you to join, or what forced you to join Newton School, and why did you join Newton School? Why
yeah,
specifically Newton School?
yeah. Because I'll just it's been like a year, I guess, 8 to 10 months. 8 to 10 months I have been placed into two companies, and due to the recession, the joining was just delayed and delayed. And I have done a certification as well in the intermediate for Java. I was like, let's switch into basically, I am from electrical and electronic background, so I just wanted to switch into software development. So then I did a certification in Java, and then I like tried for applying jobs, and then I thought like this is not my cup of tea. So I just got introduced to Newton School from one of my friend and a senior as well. So I got quite research and talked to the Newton School team as well. They guided me in a very good way. So at first I felt like, why Newton School? I had a question itself, and now I'm clear about it, because it's been like not much time, I guess 3 to 4 months I've been joined Newton School, and I have like developed many things, many confidence as well, and given many interviews as well. And they what they say is like they have did it for me. So I'm thankful for that. So this is the journey about me for in Newton School. So that's all.
That's great, Shubham. That's really good to know that you believe that Newton School is helping you, and also Newton School is helping a lot of people. Just one last question before we start. I'm sorry for asking you a lot of questions, but I'm very eager to know about you and your profile as well, so that we can structure our questions accordingly. But I just want to ask, why data? Why data science? Why analytics? Why
Uh,
what made you drive to the field of data?
Yeah, I just have done quite research on data science before joining. I didn't get a clear picture of what data science before joining. I just had a view that it's just playing with numbers, and from my childhood, playing with numbers is like the favorite thing which I had. So it's like playing with data and like solving business solutions. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought like let's give it a try, and I'm like doing pretty good in this field right now. So let's see if
Very modest, Shubham. Very modest. Thank you. Yes, you might. Yeah, I'm sure you must be doing very good in this field.
yeah, and in like uh let's see like if my skills help any company develop their in their business growth as well.
Don't worry. Companies will love you, and let's see. And also, I'm going to help you today on how do we conduct a mock interview, and how do we ask questions, and how will you solve them. So let's get started without wasting any time. And so, Shubham, excited? Should we
Yeah,
start?
yeah, yeah,
All
exactly.
right. So I'm going to share a link with you, which has a Google Sheet link. So if you could share your screen, that would be great. And I'm going to just share the link with you on the chat. So guys, I'm sharing the link with Shubham on the chat for the Excel. Shubham, if you could open that Excel, that would be great.
Sure, I'll just check it. Hmm.
Till Shubham is presenting his screen, everybody, happy Ganesh Chaturthi, and hope you guys are enjoying.
Great. Is my screen visible only?
Yes, Shubham, it's visible. All right. So cool. So let's get started with the interview, and let's start with the first question. All right. So Shubham, my first question to you is: I'm sure you must have used a lot of Excel when you were studying at Newton School. So let's get on with a few questions. We will start with some basic questions, and then we will move to some advanced level questions, so that we can test your skills. All right. So my first question to you is a very simple question. What is the difference between count A, and count blank? So count A and count blank are functions of Excel. For those who don't know, so I'm just asking Shubham about what is the difference between the three functions. Every function does a count, but what is the actual difference between the three of them? So Shubham, can you please tell us what is the
Yeah,
difference?
yeah, yeah. As you told, all the three functions basically does a counting of rows
Okay.
basically. So the count function only counts like the numeric values, you could say, and the count
Okay.
a like counts any number like if there is a string or say if there is an error of anything,
Mm-hmm.
anything a blank space as well. So it counts all the rows like the rows whichever are selected. So
Okay.
count a counts everything. So count blank, as the name itself says, it only counts the blank spaces if you use this function directly.
Okay.
So these are the difference between count, and count.
Okay, that's great, Shubham. Yes, so yes, you're right. Count counts the numeric values, count A counts the numeric and alphanumeric values, and count blank counts the blank spaces. All right. So let's get to the second question. So you know how we can split columns in Excel, right? Wherever,
Yeah.
let's say we have a name, right? Let's say I have a name Manvi Sharma in front of me. I want to
Yeah.
split that name into two columns. What are the different kinds of steps that we can do to split that column into two different kinds of columns? what do you think is used, and
Say,
how do we
say
split that
I
problem?
have used like I guess I have used like three types maybe. I'll just tell you. The first one which I have used like text to columns. There's a function
Hmm.
called text to columns in Excel. So
Okay.
in that we can like like if there is first name comma a second name. Say my name is Shubham Rani. Shubham comma Rani. I want to separate
Hmm.
it into two columns: first name and second name. So we can like separate the two using that text to columns, like we have the comma in between or the space in between. So considering the space and comma, we can split it into two. So another option I have heard about but I haven't used it, it's like a flash fill thing. So that also like splits a column into two or more columns. So and after that, there's a functions called right, left, and mid. Right, left, and mid. Yeah, those functions would also, I guess. Yeah, right, left, and mid. There are three functions as well. So these functions would also split right, left, and mid. These
Okay.
functions basically these functions split like if you want the right part of, like if you say if you want my last name Rani in a separate column, so that
Okay.
can be done
But
using.
how will you use, let's say, your name is Shubham Rane, right? My name is Manvi Sharma.
Yeah,
You can't use right, left, and mid with this because our characters are very different, right? Sharma
yeah,
has different type number of characters. Rane has only 4 characters, so
yeah.
we can't use right, left,
For
and
that,
mid.
for that,
Obviously, the
for that, text
first.
to columns is the best option. We
Correct.
can like between
Yes.
spaces.
So, just for your knowledge, there is also a formula in Google Sheets. It is not there in Excel, but it's there in Google Sheets called split. You can use that as well using a delimiter. जो भी आपका delimiter है, for example, शुभम space रानी है, so you can use a delimiter as space to split your name into two different columns, right? So
Yeah,
you can also use a split function. Yes, correct.
yeah,
This is the function that you can
yeah.
use for splitting the text into two different columns. Okay. So yeah, that's great. But your first two answers are correct. All right. So that was my next question. Let's go to some advanced level questions, which is VLOOKUP. So there is a function called VLOOKUP in Excel and Google Sheets. I just want you to tell me what is VLOOKUP and how do we use VLOOKUP and why is VLOOKUP used?
Basically, lookups are used to find a certain corresponding value or corresponding row value. So, as the name suggests, V means vertical lookup. So, V lookup is looking vertically into the next column. So, V lookup works vertically, and V lookup there's a like a disadvantage of V lookup as well. We can't like look up into the left side of a column, like if there is a number, say I'll type it 3 and sorry, 3 3 in 3 3 cross 2. So 3 cross 2, say the answer is 6, and if the answer is here, then I can't look up here like into the left row. We can only like look up into the right row. We can
Okay.
search in the right row. We look up only search the right row, we
So
can
can
say.
you just give us an example, a quick example? Let's say we will just create a quick database for people also to understand and you also to understand better. Just write customer ID
Yeah,
and write orders in the right column, right? Just write ABC here.
1 2 3, yeah.
One,
Oh,
two, three
yes,
is
sir.
fine. And in the column E, just write sales or orders, anything.
Here,
E,
right?
column E. Yeah.
Column F, sales.
Yeah. In column E, just write
Oh,
sales
okay,
in
sorry,
column
sorry.
E.
Yeah, yeah. I just wrote it twice, I guess.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, just write random numbers 100, 200, 300. Now in column G, can you just write customer ID again?
Cool. One sec.
All right.
Yeah.
Now just write 1 here, not here. In G8. Yes, G8. Yeah, just write 1 here. Yeah. Can you just
Sales.
tell me the sales of customer ID 1 using a VLOOKUP function?
Yeah, cool. See, this is the search key with which we want to search. We can just use this. Range which we want to like look up. Say we want the sales. Index it. Yeah. This gives me the
Great.
answer.
Yes, right. So yeah, that's how VLOOKUP is used. That's great, Shubham. That was VLOOKUP. Now let's get to the interesting part of Excel, which is solving questions. And so we will give you a live data set. And Shubham, you are going to solve some questions from those data sets. And yeah, let's get started. On that. So if you have any questions, Shubham, for me, you can please ask me in the middle anytime. But I'm going to explain you the data set first, and then we can get started. All right. So now, can you go to sheet 2?
Sheet two. One sec.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's here
Yes.
only in this same sheet. In this same sheet. No, no,
Yeah.
same sheet. Just go to the next tab. No, just don't open this. Just go to the next tab, sheet 2, in this
Sheet.
same sheet.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a simple data set, Shubham. We have date, we have client, we have region, month, year, quarter, and amount, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it is telling us that we have a certain client, right, in the region X. In the month July 2019 and quarter 3, what was the sales of that client for us, right? So that is a very simple database. Hope you understood the data set, right? Is there any question in the data set?
No, no, no. I got the
Okay.
data.
All right. So this is our data set. Now, what we'll learn today is pivot tables, right? So I want to understand from you how will you create a pivot table using this. So what we have to do is we have to create a simple pivot table where we have to group the sales amount, which is your column G, by year, right? So for every year, what was the total sum of the sales that we did? Similarly, for each quarter, what was the sales that we did? And similarly, for each month, what was the sales that we did, right? And you can select any of those tables on the pivot chart, and you can create a pie chart using that, right? For year. So let's get started.
Yeah, cool, cool. I'll just select the three. Mm, one sec. Can I just take a new sheet or shall I create it here itself? One week.
Sorry, you were saying
Should
something?
should I take a new sheet or shall I create it
Yeah,
here
yeah, you
itself?
can create a new sheet. You can create a new
Sure,
sheet.
sure. This sheet. Good. So you want me to like amount, right?
Yeah, so basically, you have to group the amount by year, then create another table where you group the amount by quarter or month, anything that you want.
Oh, I guess the sum of amount. This doesn't. Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
all right.
This works, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct. So yeah, this is basically your sales by year, right?
Yeah.
Now just create another pivot table where you can group the sales by month.
Month, right?
Yeah.
This works.
Okay. Great. All right. So that's great, Shubham. Now can you just create a pivot table, sorry, pie chart for me of any of the tables? Just create it for table one because I think table two will be heavy.
Yeah.
So just create a pie chart for table one.
Mm, so basically, for the for year like year and sales calculation, we used trend chart.
Yeah, correct. You use a trend chart. You can create a trend chart as well. That's fine. Okay, great. Now, just a cross question here. What does this trend chart tell you? Now, when you actually see the trend chart, you have the sales by year. What does it
Yeah.
tell you? Can you tell me the
It
insight
actually
behind it?
tells me like how my sales have been increased or decreased year by
Okay.
year,
So let's
and
say I give you this trend chart.
yeah,
Okay. Let's say I give you this trend chart and I tell you, Shubham, can you generate insights out of it? Can you tell me what is the trend of the sales?
yeah, sure, definitely. We can we can see as in here the sales from 2019 to 2020, the sales has been increased, gradually increased, and it's
Mm-hmm.
been decreasing till 2021 again a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's constant from 2021 and 2022. And from this insight we would like to concentrate on the things like what were the things we were concentrating on 2019 to 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and have been changed from then, like after 2020, to what have been changed in the company. So what, let's say the product, something in the product or something in the like, or whichever things, there are many stakeholders as well, so that comes later. So this is the insight we can draw from here.
Got it. Okay. Okay, Shubham, that's great. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question. Um, Can you go to the advanced Excel mock questions again? Yes. Okay. So now let's do some summits and counters. All right. So now I'm going to give you a data set again. We have to populate the data set using some lookup functions. And let's go to sheet three.
Sheet 3, right? Yeah, good.
All right, right. So we have three tables here, right? Let me quickly explain you the tables. First table, if you go up, yeah. So first table we have employee ID, last name and first name, right? So for every employee ID, you have the name information. You have the basic demographic information. If you go
Mm,
down for the same employee IDs, in the second table you have city and state, right? That employee ID belongs to which city and which state. Okay.
mm,
Then in the third table, if you go to the pay band table,
yeah, yeah,
right, you have a minimum pay and you have the pay band, right? Now what
yeah,
you have to do is using these three tables you have to fill the pay report. Okay,
yeah,
so you have employee ID and their pay given. You have to fill out their first name, right? You have to fill out their last name, you have to give the city, and you have to give the pay band. Pay band is basically the minimum pay, right? So let's say you have 84K as the minimum pay. So here 84K may what is the salary band that you have, right? Here it is level C, so you will get level C in pay band, right?
yeah,
Hope you've understood the question.
yeah. Cool, cool one. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, Cool. All right. So let's quickly do
So
it.
I'll just use like maybe I'm comfortable with index match
Whatever you
function.
want to do, we can do this with a lot of functions.
Yeah,
So whatever you're comfortable with, you do it. That's
yeah,
fine.
cool. Match. This is the search key. First name here. Okay, employee ID. One second. Zero. Okay. This is the match. Let's have the next. Hmm. Index is the reference output first name. We need the first name. Dr. Rose. Match. Uh, yeah.
All right. So you got in the first name. Let's quickly get the last name as well.
I'll just copy the same formula as well and just alter it.
Sure.
Yeah, this works. I think so. Uh, hmm, is there a mistake I have done, Manvi?
Just try to figure out. So when you've written match, right? There are three parameters, four parameters in
Because
match.
yeah.
How do you write match? Okay, so let me give you a quick hint. You calculated your first name, right? Just look at
Yeah.
the formula. Whenever you're matching, right? Whenever you're matching employee ID, what you're matching it with, you should match it with the employee ID in the source table,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what do you want to index? What do you want as index? You want the last name,
Yeah.
right? Last name is in which column?
Last name is in B, column B.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah. So just try
yeah.
to figure out what you've done wrong here.
I'll just do one thing. I'll just take 2.6.
Again, match, you're doing it with the employee ID. So what should be a range for match?
Okay. Yeah. Got you. Got you. I was changing the this thing. Yeah. Good.
No worries.
Yeah. Good.
Great. Now let's quickly get the city.
City is in this column. Mm, mm, nice. Sorry. Why did I change this? I love the function.
Great.
Yeah. Cool.
All
Mm,
right. Okay.
yeah.
So now let's quickly get the pay band. We'll just column, right? Search key. Hmm, sorry. Yes, -1 works here. Let me see. Hmm, is there any mistake I have done? Try to figure out your mistake. Why are there two commas?
Like we are so okay, like we are looking up horizontally, right? The column thing.
Yeah. So whenever you're using index match, doesn't matter whether you're looking up horizontally, whether you're looking up vertically, right? That's a limitation of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP.
Yeah, still I'm not getting.
you know XLOOKUP?
H lookup, right?
XLOOKUP.
Yeah, yeah. I know H lookup. But this can be done through H lookup as well, right?
No. So basically, you have a band, right? You have a band, and you have some number, right? Now you have to bucket that number into the band, right? So whenever you have to bucket it, you can use an XLOOKUP, right? XLOOKUP has a range where you can use. So just try to use XLOOKUP.
Okay. That would work as well. I just did a mistake here in that. Yeah, I got the mistake. Can use like -1, I guess.
Yeah, it is not entirely correct what you've done. Just try to find out your mistake.
No,
Just look at your resulting range.
resulting range is this one, I guess.
12th row,
11.
right? You've done H11 to L12, right? Your resulting range
Yeah.
is H12 to L12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. So that is how you solve a pay-band question whenever you have to bucket the data into certain buckets, right? Uh,
Index match will also work as well, I guess.
Everything
But
will
I
work.
have done a
Everything will
slight
work.
mistake here. Yeah.
Correct.
Mm.
So whenever you're using -1, right, that will tell you basically it will set a range. You have to get keep the value is greater than or equal to that particular range, right? Whenever you're
Yeah.
using -1, right? Zero
Yeah.
is your exact match. Then you have one, that is your greater than equal to value, right? So you have three kinds of match types whenever you're using index match, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, or right, so many lookups. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So let's get to the next question. I think that will probably be our last question since we are almost done with time. But okay, so let's go to the next question.
Yeah.
All right. So here, all right. So our next question is sheet 4. So let's go to sheet 4.
Sure.
All right. So here, Shubham, so basically you have a database, right?
Yeah.
You have a database and you have to fill the table, right? Now
Yeah.
you have a database which says date, company, product, selling price, cost of product. So you have 5 columns, okay? So you have basically the data set says is product ka selling price ye tha and the cost of product was this. What you have to do is first you have to fill the columns F and G, right? Where you calculate the profit, right? How do you calculate the profit? It is written in the question. Profit is simply your selling price minus
SP
cost
minus
price.
CPO. Yeah.
Correct. Now, how do you calculate the profit percentage? How do you calculate the profit percentage?
It's, I guess, profit by cost price into 100, maybe.
Very good. Yes. So that is how you calculate the profit percentage. So first you have to fill the columns F and G, and then you have to calculate the questions on the right. Okay. So let's
Okay.
try to do F and G first, and then we will get to the questions on the right.
Cool. profit percent.
All right, that was quick.
Is
Great.
this
All right. So now we have the profit percentage and now we have the profit. Let's get to the questions on the right. So the first question is, what is the average profit percentage? Now, what is the average profit percentage? Here there is a catch, so I need you to think and do this question. Okay. Till then, if you want, you can do the other questions. But let's try to do this question.
okay? Average profit percentage, right? I can just use the average formula maybe.
Okay. Try to do it, and then I'll tell you why can't you use an average.
Yeah.
Okay, your intentions are correct, but
Yeah.
there is a flaw in the logic. Don't worry, I'll tell you what the flaw in the logic is. But okay, let's get to the next questions. Guys, if you know what Shubham is doing wrong in the first question, you can tell us in the comment section.
Mm,
Yes, so highest profit percentage is the max value of the profit percentage. Great. Now your third question is, what is the count of products that have a profit percentage of more than 85%?
85%, yeah. Count
Yeah,
of products in the sense we can use like count ifs, I guess.
very good.
It should be.
That's it.
Yeah, it is an error.
Put an additional comma, right? In the end,
Additional.
put an additional comma.
Okay.
No, you have put, you have to remove it.
Yeah, there's an error again.
Okay.
No. This thing is correct, I guess. Criterion and criterion range.
Yes, just put it in double quotes. So we have 45 products where the profit percentage is more than 85%. Can you tell me the total product, Shubham?
Total products.
How many there are? What are the total products? Just look at the data set and tell me. That's fine.
48.
48, right? So what is the percentage of products that have more than 85% profit percentage?
Percent count of product, that is 45 total products.
Correct. Your 45 products have a profit percentage of greater than 85%, right? Total
Yeah.
products are 48. What is
Yeah.
the percentage of products that have a profit percentage of more than 85%?
See, one second.
Simple, 45 divided by 48,
Yeah.
right? So 93% of our products
93%.
have a profit percentage of greater than 85%, right?
93%.
So that's a very good number, right? So is that you can generate an insight that most of my products have a very high profit percentage, which means I have a very high product margin on those products, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's about the third question. Let's go to the fourth question, which is sum of MRP for all the products from company Trifly. MRP is your selling price, right?
Selling
Uh,
price, yeah.
so you have to calculate Trifly company में what is the total sum of all the products.
Yeah. Some if work, I guess.
Yes.
Selling price. Company from company Trify, right?
Yes. Till then, guys, anybody who's tuned in, if you guys know the answers, you can also comment in the comment section so that we can help Shubham also, right, to solve the questions.
There is a mistake again.
Whenever you're writing anything in double quotes, it takes it as a string, right? Whenever it takes it as a string, you have to write it exactly the way it is in the data set, right? How is Trifly written in the data set? Yeah. Now just see your ranges.
Range is, yeah, some is correct. Company, yeah. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
But I don't know why there is an error.
Just put it in double quotes. Whenever you're working in Excel, you always have to put things in double quotes.
It's good.
Okay, great. All right, so that was our fourth question. Let's go to the last question, and I think this is going to be the last question of the day because I think we're out of time. But all right, so the question is average of profit for the product quad. So we have the product quad. What is the average profit, which is in column F?
Average if, I guess.
Yes.
What? Yeah. Cool. Hmm, there's some error.
Did the same
Yeah.
error in the previous
Yeah.
question as well, right?
Uh,
Cool. All right. So I think, yes, we're done with the questions. If anybody has the answer to the first question, what is the average profit percentage? And if anybody can tell me what Shubham has done wrong, Shubham, if you can tell me what you've done wrong. I know it's a
average.
very simple question and looks very simple, but there is a very big flaw in the logic.
Yeah. I guess I have done a mistake before as well in the same question, but I'm not able to figure it out.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a free tip. Uh, then you can figure out the answer yourself. You have the sheet, you can do it later. But basically, for everybody, right? Not only for Shubham, but for everybody, whenever you're calculating averages, right? You can calculate an average of values, you can calculate the average of numbers, right? You never calculate the average of percentages, right? Percentage in itself is an average, right? So you cannot calculate the average of average, ठीक है? So percentage का कभी भी हम average नहीं निकालते हैं. Percentage का अगर हमें average निकालना होता है, so how you've calculated the percentage? You've calculated the percentage using profit and cost of product, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you will do a sum of the entire profit and then you will divide it by the cost of product, which is the entire sum, and then you will do it by 100, right? So that is when you can, that is how you get the average, right? So whenever you're calculating averages, always remember, if you've already calculated the average, you do not calculate the average of that, which is average का average नहीं करते हैं and percentage का भी कभी average नहीं करते हैं, right? So you can do that later, but because I think we're out of time. But great, Shubham. I think you can stop sharing your screen and
Cool.
let me give you a little bit of feedback on your interview. All right,
Yeah.
Shubham. So how did you like the interview? How did you have a good experience, or did you learn anything about Excel today?
Yeah, pretty
Did you
great.
enjoy the questions?
I have learned many things, I guess, like solving, like how you solving in a daily life and solving in an interview is a different thing.
Of
I
course.
have learned many things, I guess, like how to like basically ask help from. You can just converse and you can just ask your interviewer if there's any mistake maybe, or for some hints maybe. That's the thing I have learned. And aspects coming to the Excel, I have like learned many things from you as well today, which I didn't. I guess I should like go back through Excel once again, and I need to like revise all the concepts again. Yeah.
No, so actually, Shubham, you were pretty great. I think my feedback to you only is you're very good with Excel. You know your basics, you know your concepts.
Yeah.
I think just one thing that you need to practice on is I understand the nervousness when you're doing an interview and when you're doing it live in front of so many people. I also understand the nervousness because I've also done this with a lot of people on calls, and you actually get nervous, right? So that's fine. Yeah, sometimes it's fine when you're doing interviews when you're actually, but kudos to your hard work and your dedication, right? You did most of the questions very correctly. Didn't expect this, but hats off to you. Very good. And I have amazing feedback. Just try to, just one feedback from me would be for you is try to understand logics better. I say this to everybody, right? Before getting into the question, before trying to solve it, like before going into the technical things, right? Try to understand logic better, try to understand the problem better, right?
Yeah.
Once you understand the problem and once you understand the logic, right, you're able to solve problems better, ठीक है? आप उसी type की हजार problem solve कर सकते हो, right? If
Yeah.
you understand the logic and if you understand the problem statement better,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so thank you so much, Shubham, for joining. I think I really enjoyed the interview from my end, and I hope you did too. And it was a very great session. And Very good. Like, I'm really proud of you, and I'm really proud of Newton as well for giving us such good students. And I really enjoyed. Like, मुझे नहीं आता था इतना Excel जब मैं आपकी age की थी. But I am really very happy that Newton is going above and beyond to teach students such things. And I'm really very excited, and I really enjoyed the interview. I hope you did too. So guys, I think that was the end from our side. Shubham, do you want to ask me anything, or do you want to say anything, parting words?
No, Manvi, that's it from my side. I guess I have learned many things from this interview as well, and like many to improve in the future as well.
And
So
do you want to say anything to our viewers today
yeah, I would like
about
to
Newton
thank.
School?
Yeah, I would like to thank my viewers actually for being patient for this time and like watching it. And
No, I think
yes,
everybody learned today,
if you
and
are
everybody enjoyed.
and to the viewers, if you are like in really interested into data science, or I guess Newton also offers a full stack course. So if you are really interested, then you can go for it. Like if you love to play with maths, then data science is your field, I would say, because I have like been into the same thing. And if you want to be a software developer, then a full stack development is a full stack. So Newton School provides great opportunities. Yeah, let's see. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Obam, for joining, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining today. I think I really enjoyed myself, and I hope you guys did too. And we will keep having such interviews, and we will keep having such sessions for you guys, so that you can also learn, and our Newton School students can also learn, right? So happy Ganesh Chaturthi again, and have a great week ahead, guys. And thank you so much for tuning in, and see you soon, probably. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Shabam.